Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon on this Monday afternoon. What a pleasure it is to be before you on today. I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, where we have the great opportunity and the privilege, and of course, the God assignment to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to you, our audience, on this platform Project 365, and we're so glad about it. I'm bringing in my co-host.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Takara Swan, and I am so happy to be here with you today. Today, we have two amazing guests that I adore so much. It's us. No, we're going to come talk to you today about a much needed topic and just a reminder for you to go after it. Oh, and before we get started, please go to our YouTube page, like, share, subscribe, so that you can be a part of our team and help us bring hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the entire world.
To the entire world. Did you hear what she said? To the entire world. Well, as she stated, we are going to be talking about go after it. Just that statement, as simple as that. Go after it. And the thing is, what is your it? What is your it? There are many it's that are in the word. I want to go after it. But let's start with the first, one of the most, well, not necessarily the most important, but well, I guess we can start there. And it's go after it. But you are the one that's going to go after it. This is your season to do whatever you want to do. This year is almost over. It's already what, September?
Yes.
Already September. And what have you done for yourself? This is your season. You've helped everybody else, but it's your turn. It's your time. Now help yourself. You created for others. You develop others, whether it's listen to this, their business, that you help them, their families, you help them to become who they are. But now it's time for you to go after your it, whatever your it is. And matter of fact, while Takira and I are talking or sharing with you, our audience, why don't you put in the comment section what your it is? I know there are many different it's in the world. There are so many different it's in the world, but whatever your it is, let us know. Let us know, because I am curious. Many things that we see other people doing, we really want to do it, but we just haven't decided, discipline ourselves to go after it. Again, this is your season. Go after it. This is your time to be blessed. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. It's a lot to do to just work on yourself. But when you go after it, oh, it will be a blessing. What you think, Takira?
I definitely agree. And I think what everyone needs to do again, and I can say this so many times, but sometimes you just have to start somewhere. So what I say is, I always say close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes. But if you had all the money in the world, let's just say I gave you right now $2 million. What is the first thing that you would do? Would it be pay some bills? I don't know. Would you go on vacation? Would you start a business? What would you buy? Would you invest? What would you do if I gave you $2 million? And the thing is, that may sound silly to some, but whatever that thing is, that the first three things that you would do, you just have to realize that you can do those things without that $2 million. It may take a little longer, but those things are desires that you have. And sometimes we limit ourselves because we look at our current situation and we say, you know what? I don't have the money to go back to school. I don't have the money to provide whatever I want for my family. Things like that. And money is important, but money's just money. And money can be made. Like, you can make money. And especially when you're a believer, God opens up those doors that you have favor over people who have all the money in the world to get what you want, what you desire, what you need. So I would say start there. I mean, it could be anything. It could be you want to go and do your dream job, your dream career. You want to start a nonprofit. You want to get healthy. You're like, oh, if I had all the money, I'd buy that Peloton bike to get in shape. I don't know. I'm just saying something. But any of those things can be done. You just need to, first thing is map out, just write down what you want. What do you want to do? And then just think, what is stopping you from doing it? It's time for us to go for it. And I'm talking to myself as well. So whenever you watch this, whether you're watching it while we're live right now or tomorrow or next month, put in the comment section, as a sign of accountability, this is what I want to go for. So we can encourage you to do so. And you never know, someone could see those comments and say, hey,
So
girl,
true.
you want to do this? I do this. I can help you. So just don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
That is so true. And when you talked about the dream, when was the last time you actually dreamed of doing something, of being something, or going someplace? When was the last time you've written down your dream? And let me make it plural, dreams, because you can reach one dream, and once you've achieved that, you want to reach for another dream. And it's doable. It can happen. It's amazing when we actually put those words and thoughts out in the atmosphere. What happened? You don't forget, your words have power. Your words
Yes.
have power. And when you trust God and put those dreams into his hands, watch some things happen. Go back and dream again. Let's talk about purpose.
Yeah.
We oftentimes talk about purpose. You're it. If all you want to do, not lessening it, but if what you want to do is to please God, know your purpose. Know your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, ask God. He wants everyone to know their purpose, because when you can fulfill purpose, you're so fulfilled. When you know what you've been called to do in life, you become so fulfilled in doing that. It doesn't matter if anyone encourages you or not, but there's always good in being encouraged. But if no one sees what you do, but God does, it's such a fulfillment that he brings about in our lives. So if you don't know your purpose, ask God. Ask God about your purpose, and definitely he will let you know. He will tell you. The thing is, God is not complicated. He's not complicated. Or the journey to him, the experience with him, um, it's just not complicated. It is man who makes the life with Jesus Christ himself complicated. So, just ask him, and then sometimes you might have to tell someone, why are you making this so complicated? Because
Seriously.
it's not. It's not. But purpose, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One thing that I think we need to just clarify about purpose, it's all about your mindset. One, because a lot of people have this thing like, oh, when I find my purpose, I'll be there. Like, that's really not the destination. Like, it's all about the road that you're taking to get there. You just have to, there's just so much I can say. So when you're on that road to your purpose, do you know you're still fulfilling your purpose? It's not like you're saying, okay, I need to get right here. And once I get here, that's it. No, it's all the things you had to do to get to there. It's all a part of your purpose, because you're growing as a person, you're affecting so many people, you're changing lives more than you know. It's like a domino effect. Like when you change one person's mindset, one person's life, one person's path to better themselves, they do the same thing, whether they know it or not. Then they do the same thing. It's like, you start here and it's like an epicenter. You start here and then just starts to expand. And that's all we're trying to get you to do. And it all starts when you decide to believe in yourself and just go after the things that you want, the things you know you deserve, the things that you said, I should do this or I should have this before anybody else said to you, no, you can't. And I'll give you a great example. Okay. When I was a little girl, I always wanted to be an architect before I really knew what an architect was. I like drawing buildings. I like designing things. I like creating things. And a lot of people don't know it, but many people, whether they were intending to or not, tried to discourage me from doing that. Like, oh, you can't do that. You're from Baltimore. You can't do that. You're a girl. You can't do that. You're a Black girl. So many people, I'm talking about adults, children, like, people my age at that time. And even when I was older, I'll never forget, because I want to go to this person right now and say, I told you I could do it. I was actually, I was at church. This person's not at our church anymore, so don't be messy and try to figure it out. But they were like, oh yeah, you're going to be going to college soon. Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I'm going to major in architecture because I want to be an architect. And not even trying to be, condescending. They were like, you can't do that. And I was like, yes, I can. And I'm this little 17-year-old, like, I know I can do it. I can do it. And I'm telling you, things like that, like, how words have power. Words definitely have power, but it does not matter if somebody came against you and said you can't do something. You have the power to change those words, that came against you. And I have a whole master's degree, like in architecture and environmental design. So don't let somebody say you can't do something. And then, it's okay to change your mind. You grow as a person. If you say, you know what, this is not for me, I think I want to do something else. It's fine. You just have to believe in yourself, put yourself out there, and just go for it. Just go for it. And then when you do that, that's when you fulfill your purpose. I'm telling you.
This is good. This is good. You go for it. Really go for it. No matter what anyone says, go for it. You have to develop your confidence and know without a doubt, okay, I'm going to do this. Some things I just have to do. Well, look, don't let me go ahead of myself. Let's talk about peace.
Yeah.
Go for it. There's some things we have to stop. Just stop doing so that we can have peace. There are some things that we have to start doing as well so that we can have peace. Re-examine some of the relationships that we have in our lives so that we can have peace. You got to go for it. This relationship is not working for you, that is toxic in your life. So everybody's not meant to be your friend. Everybody is not meant to be your friend. You can like them and love them from a distance with a 10-foot pole. Mm-hmm. But they don't have to be directly into your circle because you're going for the peace. You want peace. You need peace. When I say you, we're talking about ourselves. We need it. We need it in our lives, but there are some things that we have to do. Seek peace and pursue it. Go after it because God wants us to have peace. He wants us to have peace. He said he would keep us in perfect peace if we keep our minds stayed on him. Now, that does not mean I can't talk to you because my mind is on God and I'm seeking peace.
Don't be a jerk.
But he wants us to have peace. Give thought to some things that we do, activities that we do, and they stress you out. So what are you doing them for? Seek peace. Go after it. You're it. Whatever your it is, go after it.
I do want to say one surefire way that you can achieve peace. It's very simple. It's just one word. No. It's okay to say no. If you really don't feel like doing something, I don't think you should do it. I mean, I don't think you should do anything your heart really isn't in anyway. So definitely don't do something that's going to compromise your peace. Because, have you ever said, okay, I'll do something, whether it's helping someone with whatever or anything. And it's like, it's always this moment, no matter who you are, it's this moment where you're like, why did I say yes? I want to go home. You don't have to experience that all the time. Trust me, these are lessons that I have learned as well. It's okay to say no, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to say, I have to say no to you because I need to preserve my peace. No, the answer is no. I don't have to explain. Just accept that. And it's okay. And also, you have to be okay with someone saying no to you. It's okay. Just keep it moving. Don't let someone saying no to you also compromise your peace. God will work it out. If you need someone to help you with whatever, and that person said, I'm not available, I can't do it, that's fine. Don't go chasing people or, running them down. No, that means that person's not supposed to do whatever you're asking them to do. And it's okay. And as far as friends, the past like couple years, I have learned a book full of lessons about friends. And when she said that everyone in your circle is not supposed to be your friend, it's okay. It's okay to not live with that person you thought you couldn't live without. Because guess what? Here you are living without them and you are just fine. And once you just take that step to go for it when it comes to that relationship, that friendship, that whatever ship that you have that's compromising your peace, that's stressing you out, that's toxic, once you just take that courageous and brave step to let that go, you'll get to a place like, whoo, I feel so light. I don't know why it took me so long to do this. And it can be very scary. It can be like, oh, I don't know, because it's comfortable. But once you do that, I'm telling you, your life will change. God can open up those doors that he had to keep closed because of people that were in your life that weren't supposed to be there. And everyone is for a season in our life, whether that season is a lifetime or a month or a couple months or a couple years, it's okay. But once we realize that, I'm telling you, when you realize that and you listen to God, like ask God, hey, who's supposed to be in my life right now? Because he knows far more than we'll ever know. Okay. When you ask him and you just, like you said, keep your mind on him. We're not, I want to reiterate, do not be a jerk and just, no, that's not what we're saying to do. But when you really do what he's asking you to do when it concerns like your relationships and your friends, that is peace that nobody can take away because it starts in here. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a good point. That's something I did not jot down. When you're going after it and you have to either dismiss people or add people and ask God, of course, but usually it's something that's in your heart that we have to address, something that's in our heart,
yeah.
because don't forget the words that come out of our mouth. Sometimes that can hinder us from going after it. So be careful of what's in your heart. Don't let forgiveness linger. You
Yeah.
got to take care of that forgiveness.
And I'm telling you,
Unforgiveness, I'm sorry.
asking who's supposed to be in your life is so important because you also don't want to be that person that cuts off people that God has sent to you to be
Right.
life to you. Don't cut off those branches and burn those bridges when God's like, oh girl, I sent this person to you for this particular reason. Now we got to go the longer route to get you where I needed you to be for whatever time. And forgiveness is so serious. Like, when they say forgiveness is for you, not the other person, it really is. Like, don't cut off people for stupid little petty things that, don't matter in the long run. Don't cut off and burn those bridges that God has placed. That's all we're saying.
That is so true. And like I said, with family, work on being God's conduit to bring your family together.
Mm-hmm.
That may be your only it in life, but work on it. Work on it. God gave you that family. That family belongs to you. Mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, whoever you are, whoever we are as a part of a family, let's go after it to make it whole. No man is an island. No man stands alone. We need each other. We definitely need each other. And as we stated before, we have to forget, because God knows family do some things to you. It's like bam, bam. But we don't actually do the physical part, but we hold it in our heart. And that's what we can't do. And many times when we hold unforgiveness in our heart, It plays out in our physical body, and it plays out in our mind, in our mental state. So please, when you want to go after it in your family, ask God, how do I do this? Don't just cut them off. How do I do it? It may, it works. Sometimes we have to tolerate family. Now, if your child likes, no, let's start with the husband. Your husband or wife likes to do something that you don't necessarily care for. God, please give me the strength so I can do some things that I don't necessarily care for, but he likes it. So let me tolerate it momentarily. Well, when I say momentarily, just for a length of time. And even if it's 30 and 40 years, but in return, and in turn, he may have to do some things that he doesn't like, but you like it. So it works hand in hand. It really works hand in hand. So to go after your family, do it. It is spend time with your family. That is the most, that's a very qualitative time in your life, in your whole life, because those little things, it's the little things that make a difference. It's the little things that you can care for and hold on to it for years. Just think about the other person. But this is family we're talking about. Go after it. Be a little child. Sometimes, children have you doing a little more so toddlers have you doing a little bit of everything. You're down on your hands and your knees trying to make them laugh and all of that. Now, if videos were show that, I don't like the goo goo dad, that kind of thing, speak to them. But think about some crazy things you've done with toddlers.
All the time. I have two nieces.
And then every now and then we need a good laugh anyway. So, go after it. Whatever will make going after it work, do it. Do it. These are some of the things, or bullet points or reminders that we're giving you. You may already know these things, but every now and then we have to be reminded of some things that will help us to go after it. Don't forget, to our audience, whatever your it is, let us know. Let us know. I am so curious. Take the time, because finish that point, Portia. Take the time to let us know what your it is. And just like Takira said, someone may see that and say, well, if she can do that, I can do it too. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to challenge myself to go after it. It's amazing. Maybe you just want to be, well, before I move on to another point, did you have anything, Takira, on that?
No, go ahead.
Because I had to write down my thoughts. Takira, just keep it going. But I had to write down my thoughts. You good?
I'm good.
Maybe the ability, or shall I say the desire to be a better person, that is your it. It could be your it. So again, there are some things we may have to stop doing, stop going to this particular place, stop listening to this particular thing, whether it's music or listening to this voice that would take you out of who God created you to be. Go after it. Discipline yourself to do better. Discipline yourself to learn some things, to develop yourself. Remember, we stated that at the beginning. Discipline yourselves. We're doing the same thing that we're putting out to you. Discipline yourself to grow. That's my it. I want to grow. I want to be developed. I want to do better. Do better. Not better by someone else's advice or thoughts. I want to do better by God. And when God downloads to me what to do, how to do, with whom to do it, I'm better. I'm better. As Archbishop says, I'll be who God says I'll be. I'll be it now, and I'll be nothing else. Nothing else. That's all that matters, what God wants me to be. Don't add on to it. Don't take away from it. Go after it. Go after it. After it. When I think about okay. Yeah, go after it. I'm almost at my end, my thoughts, and then I'm gonna let you have it, Takira.
Okay.
I tell you, this struck me. I'm like, and we said this before, when there is not a guest scheduled and God actually downloads what we need to talk about, it does something to me because I know it's coming from God, and I'm so grateful about it. Last but not least for me is that go after it, even if it is something that you've never told anyone else but God. You never told anyone else what you want your it to be but God. And no one else knows. So don't look over the fence and see what someone else is doing. Go after it because God put it in you to do. And whatever that it is, I believe God will do it. I believe he'll do it. He'll tell you just how to do it because that's your heart's desire. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will, that's a promise. He will give you the desires of your heart. Yes, he will. Whoop. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Yes, he will. And then when you begin to pursue what he's told you to do, you'll think, oh, did I just do that? Did I just accomplish that? Did my dream just come true? God is awesome. He's one that will never change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. It is in him that I live, I move, and I have my very being. Okay, Takira, go for it.
All right. So I have a lot to say, of course, all the time, but I won't be long. So we just want to encourage everyone out there
Yes.
to go for your it, whatever it is. And the it does not have to be tangible. It could be, spiritual. It could be with your physical body. It could be with relationships. It could be with your career. It could be concerning money and your finances. It can be anything. And it doesn't matter what anyone has to say about it because it's all based on you. This is time for you to be selfish in the most positive way so that you can therefore give yourself to others. You have to work on yourself every now and then or continually, whatever you believe in, but you have to work on yourself so that you can live the best life. And I mean, why would you not want to do that? You are your only you. I can't live in your life, live your life for you. I'm not walking in your shoes. You're not walking in mine. You do what's best for you. So whatever that it is, we're just asking you to look within and have the courage and the boldness to just take a chance on yourself. And I wrote down a couple of words. Now, of course, our platform, even though Miss Portia and I are believers, our platform goes to a lot of people who are not believers, and that's perfectly fine. In my book, I don't care what you believe in, you're a human being, and human beings need to be encouraged and have hope and inspiration. So but one thing I wrote down a couple of words because I believe, in God and my faith, that I'm going to pray and ask him for the discipline, the courage, the boldness, grace, and favor to go after my it. Those 5 things. I just feel like when you have those things, you can't be stopped. When you have the discipline to go after what you want, the courage and the boldness to do what other people aren't willing to do, or, to step out your comfort zone. And then you're asking God for grace and favor, open up those doors that, nobody else can open up but you. I just feel like those things are going to be, they're just they're bulletproof, they're foolproof. You can't fail with those things. And then to add on for my believers to hear clearly from God of what you're supposed to do. That's all you need. And if you're not a believer of God, that's fine. Guess what? You look in that mirror and you tell yourself, I am worth going after fill in the blank. Okay. You fill in that blank. I'm worth going after that job. I'm worth having peace of mind. I'm worth completing this project. I'm worth having a loving family. I'm worth whatever it is. You are worth it. Nobody can tell you what to do. It's your life. You decide.
Yes.
You make it happen. And those words have power, guys. Let me tell you, when you hide things that have happened to you, or whether they're good or bad, when you hide things and you don't speak those things out, you can't heal from them. You can't manifest them. You have to just say those things. Okay. You say it, you speak it out, and those things attract themselves to you. You have to do that. So that's all I'm gonna end with. I'm just gonna say, you have to have the discipline, courage, boldness, grace, and favor. Those things
All of
right
that.
there, you can accomplish anything you want to, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is. And it goes back to that dream piece.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that you wanted to do, but you've never seen anyone in your family do it. It doesn't mean you cannot do it. Be the
Right.
first. Be the
Mm-hmm.
first. It is amazing some of the things that we dream about. And of course, COVID had thrown a monkey wrench in some of the planning of different things that we want to go after. But God is still blessing. You trust God. God still makes a way. God still provides. God still opens doors. He really does. Then we become the poster child for God, for ourselves, for our family. Because once we get it, we have to help someone else as far as them looking at our lives. And they know you might come from a family of non-educated individuals. You may come from a family that had no money, very poor in poverty. You may come from a family of troublemakers. It doesn't matter. The buck stops with you.
Mm-hmm.
You make the difference. Go after your it and watch people be pointing to you. And it reminds me of something that Lady Deborah Dennis has said. When those blessings come your way, and she said it years ago, when blessings come your way or situations happen in your life, but God brings you through, when you have the opportunity to testify about it or be a testament, um, everything points back to Jesus. Everything, well, this happened in your life. So you have an opportunity. Jesus helped me with this. So that happened in your life. You have an opportunity to testify. And it goes, and that plays into you're almost like an evangelist in a sense. It's only about spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. Don't forget, don't let man make things that God has made simple complicated. Hope, encouragement, and inspiration is not complicated. So that's what we're going to bring you every day for 365 consecutive days.
And what day are we on?
This is day 256.
Woo!
256. We made it over the hump. We made it over half. So God be praised. God be praised. And you know what? The word says our latter shall be greater than our former. Our former has been really good. Glory to God for that, because we went after our it, and our it was to bring you hope, encouragement, and inspiration on this particular platform. We are grateful to God for those that had no education that came and shared their truth. We thank God for those that had an education, from none to those who have had doctorates and beyond. We're grateful to God for you taking out the time out of your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
That is very encouraging. We thank God for you taking time out of your schedule to mount this platform, this God assignment platform, to bring a message of hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the world, because it's happening and we're grateful to God for it. Well, I've exhausted what I've had to share. You good, Takira?
I am good.
Take us out.
I'm good. All right, guys. So we're telling you, we're encouraging you to go after it, whatever it is. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You can contact us through email. You can send us messages on Facebook. We would love to celebrate in your small victories, big victories, any victories, especially if we're saying, go after it, and you go after it and you're successful, of course, as you know you will be. We would love to hear from you. So give us an email. I would say give us a call. Give us an email. Send us an email. Send us a message. Comment below on this video. We would love to hear from you. But until then, we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you hope, encouragement, and inspiration. Everyone have a great day.